After a very successful battle, Kurapika doing quite well last week, and Gon, Killua, Leorio, out there, well, making some money. Not sure it's exactly the fastest way, up to the 8.9 billion or whatever is what they needed, but making some valuable allies along the way. It's always good and always useful, but the hunt for the spiders is still on. They're still out there somewhere, and they might be itching for some sort of retribution for a fallen comrade. But the main question, is Hisoka going to get his dream fight with the boss anytime soon? Let's find out. Going after the spiders, the little bits we saw. Any kind of segment of information is necessary, especially with such a large reward. But how many that have accepted the call to track them down, to try and capture them, are going to make it back? How many are already turned to fertilizer? But I think the entire thing with the auction appraiser dude, the fact that he's now along and helping and in their good books, he's going to help them track down, find the game, possibly a better, more reasonable price, or at least help them along the way of actually obtaining it. What about Gon's hunter license? Scores me. Well, now I know to look out for potentially dire circumstances. I kind of like them in, like, normal civilian clothes. That was just how he presented himself. So he must have went up against someone that is just as important, just as strong. Hopefully those that are giving the information out are going to get caught up in it. Yeah. Yep. Just leave. Before anything untoward. You've got paid, you've given the information, there's no need to hang around. If you've been given that much money, it's like, oh shit, this must be big. Get the fuck out of here now. It might be that he's just gloating over his victory and taking a little sabbatical. But considering that he was abducted in front of all of your eyes, it would be a good idea to be able to gauge your opponent before jumping into a fight. Oh. His dad, when was that? Was that after he... needed to add some extra zeros on the end. If it's a warning from the dad himself, Dun-dun. Rather than two randoms that you don't quite know the abilities of, yeah, I guess. Something that you're kind of on a... Are they trying to draw anyone out? They're confident in themselves, their abilities, their situation. The feeling that you're being watched, how often is that actually just paranoia? Or when it's actual intuition of being able to tell? Would be big in a world like this. Never go against orders? Just bring them in. They are tense. Do you want to have a look out the window and check? Well, you'd be attacked if they were. Hang on, someone just disappeared. Just enjoy your dessert. They're suspicious, but for an entirely different reason now. Do you want to enact justice for a potential loss of life of your comrade there, or... One way to decide, really. Leave it up to fate. Oh no. There were one... 3 of them are already deceased. And the fact that she has the ghost writing ability. How could a girl like that bring them up through the ranks and get them so successful so quickly? She's sitting so submissively now that A, she's in danger, and B, her father's right there. And maybe she hasn't gotten any presents or anything, so she's sulking. You just have to wait a year, and hopefully the Phantom Troop would have lost interest. He'll find a way. But to be able to talk so calmly in a situation where the bodyguards and fake bosses have been disappearing. The auction will resume. What about all the goods? Okay. So they have not actually retrieved anything. Was that just a... But now the Shadow Beasts have been defeated. Kind of was abducted. The merchandise stolen from him. It is safe to assume, and it is probably good that they are thinking that, there is no line of defense from the mafias themselves, but who are they bringing in as pros? What, hunters? Pros. How much money did they put behind it if before Killua said... He said, wow, that job was not worth the price. Risk your lives for just a little boost in the name of all of our family here. I want to see him dressed up. Does he shape up well? So, how good is Gon's tracking skills? We saw during the Hunter exam that he managed to slightly hide his presence with his natural abilities there of hiding from prey. Good idea. Also, what about if your trailing gets any innocence into the fray? What then? Well, yeah, if it goes off... Oh, shit. Not entirely true. Although Gon did have someone on his tail as well. A, why didn't you tell me? B, why the hell did you put yourself in that danger in the first place? But it all worked out. Considering Gon was after his number, why is this surprising? Would the lack of a presence in a certain area also be an indicator that there was someone there? Why does that truck by itself look suspicious? Unless they are really not fazed at all about their presence. Most likely. That's quite the compliment. I wonder if... I like how you can hear Gon running, but Killua is a little light-footed. Considering his upbringing as an assassin, that's not surprising. It would be foolish to just imagine that they don't think they're being followed. I would say if you find the hideout, you bail anyway and come up with a plan. Just big stone square. Also, is it only Gon and Killua that are tailing them at the minute? No one else that has seen them walking throughout the city? They would have. They would have also claimed that they had killed him. Try and take all the glory there, saying, "Look what we did." Anyone that goes against us. Now, why would... Well, nothing's for certain. It's safe to say, probably. No, but why would anyone have a vendetta against the spiders? What have they done? She's been quite quiet on all of this. Not incorrect. Although in this instance, they are working separately. But why would they be standing on this little plinth for so long? I thought Gon had forgotten to put his phone on silent there. So now they've got to make a decision. And is this where he just turns his eye line? Well, yeah. That would do it. That would definitely be like, oh, well, how do you know? Well, because they're standing kind of near. Like a rat trapped in a corner, he's dashing about, but apparently you can't... Can't outspeed a... Is this the one with the, like, viper headdress? Nice. Ooh, that grip, though. Yeah. Apparently, that much of a height difference isn't much of an issue. I mean, assuming that they were working alone or just around like that. Chain user? Money, predominantly. Would they have... They won't get much information more about the chain user, since they don't particularly actually know. So, his family, really. Well, some dude they met just randomly in the Heavens Arena. Does he look like he has chains anyway? Well, now that he's handed over that information so willingly. They are both going to be heavily loaded. How much later is later? Wow, that was quick. Is that what meant by later? They'll take him in, take him to their headquarters. He's invoking his right to silence. Well, I'm not sure that works in a hostage situation. Especially not against any sort of governmental body. Considering this is just a loose ragtag bunch of killers, really. I don't think there's a due process. Hey, Ahsoka. Do you think them knowing one of them will help? Considering he's not really well liked amongst all of this group. But they must have sensed something, at least, for keeping them alive and bringing them in rather than just disposing of them immediately. Considering they have no idea who this chain user is. Are they just waiting for a master of torture? We've got other plans. Either way, oh dear. Huh? We're going to... Despite meeting her long ago with the... Like I was saying, despite meeting her long ago with the stitches, haven't actually had a Hunter encyclopedia about it yet. But we know the abilities of some of those Phantom Troop. Others haven't even heard them talk. Don't think we've even got a name. What exactly happens from here on out is going to be a surprise for sure. Honestly, I'm just going to hold my breath, hope for the best, see if Leorio actually manages to help out in the situation, or Kurapika makes enough of a distraction, draws some of them away, that, the chain user. Or maybe Gon's way with words is gonna enthrall the boss a little. So, you're interesting. Or if the fact that Gon is being put into danger there and he is Hisoka's prey. No one can dare touch him. What do you think you're doing? He claimed ownership long ago. Don't you see the name tag? Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if Hisoka actually did use that texture change to mark Gon in some way. And, considering they had no idea where they were being targeted from, where those that were monitoring them were hiding, makes sense that they would have surveillance for the surveillance. You can't do your job by yourself. We'll have to do it for you. This is where the people who are stalking you are. Okay, now you're going to pay us back for it. With the precautions that Killua was taking, did he not think that anyone could have been trailing them as well? And with the don't put your guard down, they are dangerous. It's like two Ahsokas out there. And he's surprised that they managed to jump up a 4-story window like that. But all of this just to track down a train user that may or may not even be alive anymore. Uvo might have claimed victory and is just enjoying the spoils of war. Although not returning to base could result in some heavy punishment, so might be okay for them not to assume that is what's actually going on. I don't believe anything they said was entirely inaccurate. They are here because there was a large sum of money put on their heads, so we're kind of broke at the minute. Do you mind? But if that is the case, also with the Mafia hiring the top assassins to help smooth things over, to help calm things down, how's that going to go? Especially if Killua's brother turns up. Not the one with the computer, he's doing the other things for Greed Island. I think you know which one I mean. I've been sent on a Oh, Sokka, imagine seeing you here. Always finding himself with interesting company, that boy. Well, this isn't the only one for the week, there's plenty more, so get yourselves a bit of rest, maybe some juice. All I want is to see you all again in the next one, so if you have enjoyed, consider leaving a like and a comment, maybe subscribe so you don't miss out if you are going to take a break. But I'll see you there. I really hope you don't want to stalk and follow me, but luckily that's what my channel is for, so if you want to support a little better without actually invading any sort of privacy or law, consider joining onto my Patreon, because then you can be alongside Noku, Raywin, Sal, Arthur, Kite, Mystic Square, Shuan, Mats, Girly, Cardboard, Acne, Danny, Swede, Diego, Zenhausen, Toy, Jane, Kyle Waddage, the Kebab Seller, Welcome to the Blank, and everyone else. Just try not to go about revealing any locations.